Ah yes. Welcome to the new setup. And welcome to Petunia. She's a bit shy, just give her a bit of time and she'll warm up to you guys. But a cool thing about her is that she's a fellow bus enthusiast like myself. And she was wondering the difference between hydrogen buses and electric buses. So I thought, instead of just explaining it to her, I thought I'd explain it to you as well. So here we go. As time moves forward, so does technology. It was just under 10 years ago when hybrid buses were being introduced on mass scale. Now the shift is going towards electric buses. When you look at it in the grand scheme of things, that's a lot of innovation to happen in such a short period of time. But is electric battery powered buses the answer? As there's another competitor trying to fight for its market share. This is hydrogen buses. Hydrogen fuel cell is not a new technology, as it was actually used by commuters before fully electric buses were. However, it could only previously be used on single-decker buses, making them not applicable for most massive bus networks. Whereas now it's been developed for double-decker usage, changing the game completely. So, let's see which one's best after all. But first, I'm going to explain how each of them work. Hydrogen. With hydrogen buses, it essentially takes an energy source and converts it into electrical energy, with oxygen being fed into one side of the fuel cell and hydrogen being fed into the other side. Hydrogen passes through the fuel cell layer, splitting into protons and electrons, inducing a positive and negative charge, which then generates electrical current. Science. The hydrogen then combines with the oxygen in the surroundings, creating H2O. The electrical power produced can also be stored in a battery pack inside the bus. Where it is similar to an electric bus, is it being connected to an electric motor, which allows the bus to be powered and do its thing. If you're wondering where the hydrogen is stored, it's stored in compressed tanks at the top or the back of the bus. Now to get to electric powered buses. Electric buses. With electric buses, it's more of a simple concept. It's a battery, like anything else. You plug in the power source to the battery, it stores the power, it uses the power when the bus is driving, and then it dies. You have to recharge it again. Same cycle. I could finish there, but for those of you that's looking for a bit more context, it uses the electricity to power the electric motors, which powers the gears, allowing the bus to move. No fuel tank, meaning no noisy, smelly engine. These buses can be charged by two different methods, by plugging it in or by using an overhead pantograph connecting to the top of the bus. Some new technology is making its way to the UK very soon, where we'll have pantographs at each end of the bus terminus. So it means when the bus is waiting to do its new journey, it will be charging itself at each end. This will be introduced first on the bus route 358 in South London between Orpington Station and Crystal Palace. So now we're on to the positives of electric buses. The main pro of an electric battery powered bus is that it doesn't require an expensive catalyst, like platinum, which is used to speed up the oxygen electrode reaction. Electric buses are also more widely used, meaning that if a company wants to order some new zero emission buses, there's more of a chance they have the infrastructure for electric powered buses already, compared to them not having the infrastructure for hydrogen buses, meaning they'd have to install it and then pay for the buses. But that's pretty much where the positives of electric battery powered buses end, as with hydrogen fuel cell buses, it allows for shorter charging times, more similar to petrol and diesel, which means less downtime for the buses. Hydrogen fuel cell technology is way more energy dense than electric battery technology, meaning that it weighs less and can run for a much longer distance. Not too relevant for the UK, maybe subjective to some, but fuel cell technology is more resistant to colder temperatures than battery powered technology. So you know those cold months in the UK, then fuel cells can keep trugging on. However, it's not always about the differences. Funnily enough, these buses share a lot in common. Both systems don't emit harmful toxins to the local environment. At purchase, both hydrogen and electric powered buses are more expensive than diesel powered buses. But as technology advances and more companies start adopting these new zero emission buses, the overall cost of the batteries will decrease, meaning that the buses can be produced and sold for a cheaper price. To conclude, they're both zero local emission buses, they have little to no noise pollution, and they both have regenerative braking which reuses the energy used and stores it back into the battery to be used later. I do feel hydrogen fuel cells are a better piece of technology, especially in the example of buses, as buses are highly used vehicles that are more effective the less downtime they have, with electric battery powered buses needing to be charged for hours at a time. Hydrogen powered buses includes the benefits of electric powered buses with the charging efficiency of diesel powered buses. The answer is simply hydrogen. The thing is though, due to their costs, will they take over the world or will diesel still triumph as the source of public bus vehicles? Let me know your thoughts on this, and yeah, are you happy with your answer? Take that as a yes. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Petunia! What? You hungry? Told you I ain't got food. Need to go shops. I know, I still haven't got food.